Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, Lisa_Jacob. Let's watch this. Today I wanna do the silent one, the silent video, because hey, let me tell you guys, I have a lot to handle. I don't know where to start from and where to finish, but welcome and see Kadama's life. Kadama, shagala, house au pair, a cook, a chef, a janitor. But I'm not a nanny because I don't have kids, guys. I don't have kids. I'm handling a home with grown-ups. So I'm here and I do all the house, the chores, the chefing, the janitorial, the laundry. So I do it before. Sometimes I have to show you this. So before they leave, next to my children. I miss my babies. It's been now a range of 5 years because I came here. Okay, I started traveling abroad in 2019 because my daughter was joining, almost finishing primary, and now she was in grade 7. So I thought of, let me go and try something new because my child will need some finances to join high school. For sure, for real, my first money, which I gathered from Qatar, the 2 years I was there, 2019, July to 2021, July, it helped me for admission for my daughter.
Please, even for grandchildren, great-grandchildren, all 4 generations will use this. Very beautiful. Don't even crack or spoil. Not this.
So that is why I had again to think about another option. But when I arrived home, I didn't settle for rest. I also tried to do some businesses, some mali.
Problem is when you are the main chef
and what?
Even eating
some mobile banking, like
you can't enjoy
M-Pesa, cooperative agent, KCB agent, family bank agent, and
clients.
So that is transacting money for customers or clients online through the phone to the bank, withdrawing from the bank to the phone. Also cash, delivering the cash whenever they withdraw. So I did it for 6 months, and I didn't manage to make like the same as what I was making in Qatar. So I considered that because M-Pesa business has gone down, and also banking business has decreased. It's not like before the benefit we used to do. So also come back, re-embark on another project in Saudi Arabia. resilience, being like having that perseverance, and also working hard, you will achieve your goals. That is Vinto. Once they've taken the leftover that is in the jug, I add the warm water, I drink it. Because guys, let me tell you, here, not everyone who will be welcoming you to their table. So sometimes when you find a chance, grab something, drink, snack, take something, take a bite. You might fall down before you know. So usually I go with lemon water when it's available. But also, it is what it is.
In fact, I
No
added water.
complaining. No
It's
complaining.
very strong. It's very strong sugar. Well, maisha Rwanda. Unakunywa sukari kidogo kwa juice kama yenye jadilichi. Wow. And already I've added water to them. These are lemon peels. After you squeeze the juice for the salad or for the pizza, you just dip it in hot water. You use it. I need a smear to put my food in. Let me come.
drena 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 tana dere drena 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 tana dere drena 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 tana dere drena 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 tana dere na tana tonde tadare tadare dani dare dani tadare dani o dani tom 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 tana na 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 drena drena drena
So guys, as you can see, it has been a very tedious day. I was feeling very tired. Even I couldn't afford sound to speak, because sometimes I get up in the morning, I start my work from 8. I can take a break maybe at 11 or 12, take maybe hot water or just the normal water. So you do this, you go, you do that, you finish this, you think like, oh, maybe they will get up without me finishing the other side, the upper layer. So you have to start from the top going downwards, or from down going up. So sometimes it's so disturbing. Hey, it's not easy, let me tell you. Life of an au pair, Kadama, Shagala, or whatever you wanna wish to call us, we are team strong. It is not a joke. So this is a snippet of my daily chores, and in fact now I haven't ironed clothes, I haven't cooked, I haven't done a lot. So sometimes it's not easy, guys. Like now, yesterday we had guests. This is the section of where we host female guests, and the other side where I showed you was for male guests. I've just shown you a little bit, just a quarter or a third. It's a third of what I do in a day. Let me tell you, these are flowers, like a flower which the ones which we are for cloth flowers, yeah, like the ribbons, but they are being shaped very well, so we spread them there. When after the guests have gone, so the following day I have to get up and do the thing. Let me tell you, it's not easy. Also, I want to appreciate those people who come to watch my videos, those people who support me by subscribing, sharing, and also leaving sweet comments. Whatever you do, I appreciate. Even if you pass by, thank you so much. God bless you. More so, the more subscribers who have just joined in with this. Within these 30 days, just within 1 month, I've gained 60 subscribers. God bless you in abundance. 60. 60. In fact, it's 64. God bless you. God bless you in abundance. May you never lack. So I'm trying also to clean everywhere, because guys, let me tell you, it's not easy. Sometimes you think you are on the right lane. If you mess up even a little bit, that's when you know the rat of how much you were bought to come and work. $5,000. Someone will remind you. Do you know that I bought you to come and work for me? I paid for you, dearie. So it's so hard to hear that, but I love committing myself, because when you try to be perfectionist and when you try to do something with your passion, the outcome is so fabulous. It's like so fantastic. It's how can I say, a sigh of relief. There's that tension you feel. Even if someone will get up, they will not scold on you. At least they will be looking for something to scream over you. But me, I serve. Once I serve like I'm serving God, not just human beings. Because human beings, sometimes they might not acknowledge the effort that you've put. So today I said, let me try and do something a little bit, something for indoors, so that you see. And also I have to work everywhere. Make sure there's no trash on the ground or on the floor, on the tables, on the counter, on the drawers, on the closets, on the wardrobes. There's no dust in the windows, in the doors, in the stairs, in the rails of the stairs, in the balcony, front porch, back porch. Let me tell you guys, it's not easy. In the washrooms, I will have to wash the washrooms. I wash first. I don't like wearing gloves, because sometimes gloves, I feel that the floor or the surface is not clean. So I use my bare hands. But before I start cleaning the floor or the walls, I wash with the water, and also I sprinkle some omo or Tide, that is the soap which is in powder form. I scrub, I brush very nicely, because I can't put my phone there, because now that time you find the water sprinkling everywhere. So I will wipe the mirrors, the doors, like almost daily, because we are living in a desert, guys. It's not easy. It is not easy. Let me tell you, it's not easy. And also, like, to grab that phone and do everything for you, it will take some time. it needs maybe you have a, how do we call it, a ring light or a tripod or a selfie stick to put somewhere. Yeah, this is a sliding drawers. They're so magnificent. So we have many, you know, in Asia, like the kitchens, we have more than 2 or 3. Like now this one, because we don't usually use it, just for maybe when we are hosting, we use this section. Now we call it a station. That is the name we call a station. The one you usually use and cook every day, that is now the normal one, which we call the kitchen. This one, it's like connected to the living room where we host guests. So I have to do decluttering, organizing, cleaning, wiping, seeing if there is